How you doing, guys? Welcome to another video. Here we are back on my desk, and this time I have more Transformers. This is the Buzzworthy Bumblebee Creatures Collide 4-pack from the Transformers Legacy. As you guys can see there, you get four Transformers in this pack. Goldbug, Ransack, Skywasp, and Predacon Scorponok. I mainly got this for Goldbug. So yes, I ended up paying, I think it was 79.99, so 80 bucks just for one figure. I don't believe they've made this specific Goldbug figure available on its own. I think they may have done a Shutter Glass repaint in a different color. Um, so I really wanted this guy for the collection, and unfortunately, this is the one way of getting him in this 4-pack. I believe here in the US where I'm at, this is available at Target. They had a ton of these, so I saw this and decided to snatch one up for me. So this is the packaging. I have yet to take this out. I have opened it, but I haven't really looked at the figures. So as I said, you get Goldbug, which is pretty much Bumblebee. You get Ransack, which is pretty much a retool of or a recoloring, I guess, of Kickback. And then these two, which I'll be very honest with you, I am not too familiar with. Obviously, the names I know have been used for other characters, but don't really know them all that well. As far as, again, what comes in here, I'll actually maybe just open it right in front of you guys. Sorry for that. So we'll toss the box aside. But obviously, it looks like you get these giant instructions for all four of the bots included in the set. You guys could see it there. It's a pretty big instruction sheet. So there you go. Obviously, the four figures that come here in their cardboard prison. For now, I have not taken them out. But there you go. That's how they come in. Here's Goldbug, Ransack, Skywasp, and Scorponok. So I'll take these out in a second and then we'll go over them. One thing that Hasbro I noticed has been doing a lot is including the accessories in the box in like this tissue paper. So I noticed the same thing on my recent purchase of Cosmos, and also a couple other figures had their weapons wrapped up in this tissue paper. So again, if you're like me and you don't keep your packaging, your boxes, just be very careful and double check that you did in fact take everything out, because as you guys can see here in this tissue paper, you get all the accessories. Like these belong to Ransack. These are like his wings. I'm assuming this is what belongs to Goldbug, his guns. Here's the head for, oh, okay, so they give you an alternate head for that Ransack, which is pretty much the kickback head, just the different colors. Some additional, oh, same thing here, so you get different heads for the Scorponok and the Skywasp. Really cool. And again, more accessories, weapons, guns. This is probably Ransack's gun because it looks just like Kickback's weapon. Yeah, so just be really careful because I noticed Hasbro has been including all the accessories in tissue paper. So I'm going to go ahead and free these guys from their prison and then we'll get back to it. Okay, so I finally managed to get all these guys out and get all their accessories out. So the main reason for me getting this set, as I said earlier, was for this little guy, Goldbug. Being again a huge fan of Bumblebee and just the G1 Transformers in general, I do recall seeing this guy, in the cartoon. So I just wanted to have this guy for the collection, and obviously I did end up paying $79.99 for a set of four Transformers just so I can get this guy. So yeah. I'm not disappointed in it. I think it looks really nice. I love the actual gold that they've used in the robot. I think they've done a great job, and I love the blue. And the head sculpt is definitely really, really nice. I like this little robot. This is pretty much Bumblebee, right? In that gold color. So yeah, I'm happy with this guy. Now, obviously, it would have been great if they released just this guy as a separate thing that you can get on its own for maybe 25 bucks or 20 bucks, considering the size. But it's pretty much Bumblebee. So if you have that mold, if you have a Bumblebee, particularly the Netflix Bumblebee, this is pretty much that same robot. I do like it. Again, I love the gold that they've chosen to use on this guy, so that's really cool. You also do get the weapons that you normally get with these guys, with Bumblebee and I think Cliff Jumper and Hubcap. Pretty much his guns that are painted in black, which he can essentially hold in each hand. But these weapons you can also combine into that giant bazooka thing that the Cliff Jumper toy had that came with it. So that's a thing that you can do. Uh, but yeah, I really actually do like this thing. I'm glad I'll be able to add it to my collection now. I don't know if it's worth it paying 79.99 if you want just this guy, but the good thing that came out of that is as I was opening the package, I realized that, the other robot that's included here is Ransack. Now, I'm not too familiar with this character. Obviously, I'm very familiar with the three main Insecticons from the show, Bombshell, Kickback, and Shrapnel. These guys, I actually think I have an IDW comic book in my collection that actually highlights who, all these extra Insecticons. And I think I did see in the latest reveal of Legacy, Transformers Legacy, the toy line, I think there were more Insecticons in the poster. So I'm actually glad to be able to have Ransack here to add to the collection next to Kickback, and then hopefully we'll get all the other Insecticons. I think there's one guy called Chopsaw or something like that goes, and then two more that go with this guy. Perhaps build a Insecticon army. So I'm actually really glad maybe I got the pack, because now I am definitely going to be adding this guy, and I do like the color scheme. I love the wings on this guy. But this is pretty much Kickback with a different head. The cool thing is, you also, if you wanted to have a Kickback, you do get this additional head, which is pretty much a Kickback's head. So you can pop that head out and sort of add it in there. That's really cool. You also get these accessories, which on the original figure, these kind of go attached to the wings. There are panels here where you can attach here to the wings, these sections anyway. You could, I think, put them in there and do something to that effect. But yeah, I'm probably, these are two that I'm really happy with, that I'm definitely gonna end up keeping for my collection. And then you also get his gun. So Ransack does get a gun. And this is pretty much, as I remember seeing him in that one comic book, very accurate to the way he looked. He always had the gold and black, or yellow and black. So really cool. Really happy to be able to now have these two. And this one came as a surprise, because initially I wasn't too crazy about it. But then when I opened it, looked over it more, I was like, man, this is really cool. So I'm glad I'm able to add to my Insecticon army here. Now, the other two, Skywasp, I'll be very honest with everyone, I am not too familiar with. I'm not too sure what I'm going to end up doing with these. Maybe I'll just put them away for now and keep them. I'm not going to display this. I guess he transforms into some kind of wasp. But I'm assuming this is probably more like Beast Wars. And Beast Wars is a great show. I just never quite got into the toys as much as I did on G1. But yeah, I'm assuming this guy is also based on a different character. And you do get this piece, which you can put back here to complete the back, to do that cover. I didn't see any guns or accessories for this guy. I'm assuming this part is essentially what his gun is, because this is what he can use as a gun. The figure itself is really cool. I like these wings. Um, maybe I'll transform these guys into their beast modes, their insect modes, and keep them that way. But yeah, I'm not too attached to these characters. Maybe I'll give it away. I don't know. But you do get this guy. And I'm not even really sure who the original mold was for this guy. I'm assuming this is a repaint. But it's not a bad figure by any means. I do like the texture here, the paneling on the eyes of the bug mode. That's really cool that they added that. And I think the purple and black remind me a lot of Skywarp. So maybe it's a homage to that character. I'm not sure. Maybe you guys can let me know. But it doesn't look that bad. But again, I am not too attached to this character as a whole, and now he can't even stand straight. I guess he's just gonna fall. There you go. And then the last one is this Predacon Scorponok. And while I was taking him out, his his thing here kind of came off. But again, this is just another character for me that I am not really attached to. I think it looks cool. I guess it's some kind of scorpion. His head's um his head's a little funny. It kind of reminds me of Homer Simpson. I don't know why. He just reminds me of Homer from The Simpsons again. But he's got good articulation. You guys could see there his claws do open, or the clamps, claws. I'm assuming he transforms into a scorpion, hence the name Scorponok. I have seen that name used. Mainly, my recollection of Scorponok was the giant fortress that always fought out against Fortress Maximus. This figure is actually pretty cool looking, but again, because I guess I have no attachment to it, I really probably won't keep this in the collection, or maybe I'll just put it away, or maybe, like I said, these two guys on the right here may just be kept in beast mode somewhere. I don't know. You also get a alternate head for these two. So I'm assuming for Scorponok, this is his alternate head. And again, Scorponok, I'm assuming, is a repaint of something else, but this is the extra head that you get with this guy. At least this head doesn't look like he's Homer Simpson. Um, and this head's really cool, actually. Less insect-like and more bat-like. I don't know. It reminds me of a bat. Maybe it's the ears. Kind of reminds me of Hordak from She-Ra. And it's got some light piping, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, it's got a bit of a light piping. So you do get those extra heads. So, like I said, the set itself is pretty good. I don't know if $80 is something you want to get into, just if you're interested in one figure. But right now, this is the only way to get Goldbug. In my case, I'm very happy that I got Goldbug and Ransack to add to the collection. These two will probably go away. As far as the alternate modes, if you have Bumblebee, this is pretty much a gold beetle, right? So it's pretty much the exact same mold. I do like this figure a lot. I like the blue. I really don't see any issues with this, other than what always bothered me with Cliff Jumper and Bumblebee was the fact that he's a bit of a parts former, I guess, because you can take this out, and if I remember correctly, part of the transformation involved you taking this part out and reattaching it, but no big deal because it attaches to the back pretty securely. I am very happy with this figure. I'm glad it was made. I just wish it was perhaps included on its own. Yeah, so let's put these two guys aside and do some quick comparisons. Okay, so quick comparison. So we'll move, actually no, let's leave Ransack here. And we'll move Goldbug out of the picture. And then quick comparison is, here he is next to pretty much what he's based on. Kickback. So you guys could see it's pretty much the exact same figure, just repainted, and it's a really nice repaint. The heads are obviously completely different, and yeah, I mean the weapons are, it's pretty much the same mold. It's just a different recoloring. There really isn't like any, I don't think, retooling. I mean the head obviously is completely different, but this is the exact same robot, exact same robot mode you guys could see there. But I do, as I said, I'm glad that I now have another Insecticon to add to the collection here in Ransack, so you guys could see them both hanging out there together. Cool stuff. Yeah, and one thing I noticed, as I said, the head, the extra head you get with Ransack is pretty much the same head that is on Kickback there, but the shading is slightly different on that helmet, the helmet piece on the front, and the eyes are obviously black on this one versus they're red on there. So yeah, cool stuff. And then lastly, before we wrap up, here is Goldbug, awesome little guy, next to Cliff Jumper. So here's the Siege, I believe is, no, Earthrise Cliff Jumper. So you guys could see, I mean, the slightly different vehicle mode, but these are exactly pretty much retooling, I guess, of the same figure or mold or whatever you want to call it. But they fit in really well. Obviously, I know that Goldbug is Bumblebee, so there you go. They fit in really well. Here he is next to Hubcap, which again is a retool of a Cliff Jumper. So, but again, you could see, and then you can even see the gun. There's pretty much the exact same thing, just a different head, but they fit in really well. And then lastly, here he is next to Bumblebee, I guess his predecessor. I guess if you go by the cartoon lore, Bumblebee became Goldbug. And I believe it may have been right after the Transformers animated movie, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. Obviously, I always thought Bumblebee was the way better character, but you know, I always wanted to have this Goldbug figure. Yeah, and it's the exact same figure. There really isn't any differences here. It's just in the tool anyway, but the coloring, right? Black windows, and then the Beetle mode is all gold. Hands are blue. Head's completely different head, but you guys could see them right there. And then because I just had Cosmos, sorry, on my desk, here he is how he matches up with Cosmos. Now, is this worth 80 bucks? If you want all four figures that come in this set, I would say yes. Personally, I really only wanted this guy. So, and then when I realized that this guy's pretty cool and I want to keep him, a even better deal. But I would say if you only want this guy, I don't know, you'd have to be a completionist like me with no common sense. Uh, so yeah, I mean, unless, you know, obviously if you like these other four guys, I would say definitely go for it. I don't think these things are in high demand. And I do foresee Hasbro or Takara releasing this guy on its own in that color scheme anyway. As I said, I believe they did like a Shatterglass figure of this guy. Um, but if you want Goldbug for now and you can't wait, this is the only way to get it. I don't know if it's worth 80 bucks just for one figure, but if you want all four, I would say these all four of these are definitely a go. You know, this guy too, I guess if you want a Ransack, I don't think they released Ransack on his own. So again, for me, these two figures were definitely worth it. These two are great figures as well, but I don't really have the attachment that I do as I would to a Bumblebee or a Goldbug in this case. Anyway, I won't go through the transformations because I'll link videos to this guy at least. I think I've done a review on Kickback. But if you have the Bumblebee mode, this is essentially a gold beetle. And these guys, again, not too attached to them. But they're all great figures as a whole anyway. It's just $79.99. Is that worth it to you? Anyway, I will let you go. Thank you for spending your time with me if you made it to the end of the video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, thank you so much for your very valuable time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe out there and take care of yourselves. See you next time.